The grass that bends with the wind is stronger than the mighty oak that breaks in the storm. All the darkness in the world cannot extinguish the light of a single candle. Three things cannot remain hidden for long: the sun, the moon, and the truth. The tongue must be very heavy, as very few people can control it. Those who seek permanent happiness or knowledge often have to undergo change. When wealth is concentrated, people scatter. When wealth is distributed, people unite. In a well-governed country, poverty is shameful. But in a poorly governed country, wealth is shameful. If you want happiness for a year, gain wealth. If you want happiness for a lifetime, help others. The hardest task is finding a black cat in a dark room, especially when the cat isn't there. A wise person changes themselves according to the world, while an impractical person wants the world to change according to them. That is why all progress in the world happens because of impractical people. A superior person is humble in speech, but excellent in action. Recognizing and correcting your mistakes is the greatest virtue. Always remember, even when alone, that God is everywhere. A virtuous person is motivated by responsibility, while a vice-ridden person is motivated by profit. Before starting a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. True knowledge is knowing what you know and what you don't. The more you know yourself, the more you will forgive yourself. Choose the work you enjoy, and then you will never have to work a single day in your life. Life is truly simple, but we insist on making it complicated. Base yourself on loyalty and trust. Do not associate with people who are morally inferior to you. Do not hesitate to correct your mistakes. A superior person stays balanced, but does not follow the crowd. A small person follows the crowd, but lacks balance. All people are the same, only their habits differ. Every guest brings happiness some when they arrive, others when they leave. Can I tell you what knowledge is? It is knowing what you know and what you don't know. If one word could guide all life's conduct, it would be reflection. Thoughtfulness for others is the foundation of a good life and a good society. Vices first arrive as visitors, then become guests, and eventually take over as masters. A diamond with flaws is better than a flawless stone. A wise person has dignity without arrogance, while a fool has arrogance without dignity. Being strong doesn't mean you'll never fall, but that when you fall, you'll rise again. Education breeds confidence, confidence breeds hope, and hope breeds peace. The desire to do things quickly prevents them from being done properly. You can deceive an honest person, but you cannot make them a fool. If you aim for the stars and reach the moon, it's fine, but you should aim for something. Many people don't even try. If you can't clearly describe the problem, you'll never find its solution. I believe old age is a pleasant and good thing. It is true that things slip away from your hands over time, but as an observer, you are given a comfortable forward position. Real education is the one that allows you to know the limits of your ignorance. Humans don't stumble over mountains but over small hills. When anger rises, think about its consequences. Just as water takes the shape of its container, a wise person adapts to circumstances. Stop waiting for a better time. Focus on the present moment. Nurture the roots, and the leaves and branches will thrive on their own. A great person is one who can conquer the world, but even greater is the one who can conquer themselves, because they will have the whole world in their hands. It is better to do nothing than to do nothing and fail. Expect more from yourself and less from others, and you will avoid disappointment. A learned person loves effortlessly. A person who cannot be called wise is not worthy of being called so. If you try to do too much, you'll achieve nothing. Be well versed in ancient knowledge and also understand the modern. Only then can you be a teacher. Instead of thinking about whether people know you, become someone worth knowing. A superior person does not take sides, but does what is right. A superior person thinks about virtues, while an ordinary person only thinks about comfort. Be loyal and trustworthy. Do not form friendships with those who are inferior to you in these matters. Without a sense of respect, how can we distinguish humans from animals? If it's clear that the goal cannot be reached, don't change the goal, change the methods. Don't use a cannon to kill a mosquito. The one who knows and also knows that they know is wise. Follow them. The one who does not know and does not know that they do not know is a fool. Avoid them. People used to read for self-improvement. Nowadays, people read to impress others. A superior person acts first and then speaks according to their actions. If you know and do not act, it means you have not truly understood. Frequent criticism between friends destroys friendship. There are 1,000 lessons in failure, but in victory, only one. Keep things simple and focus on what matters. Don't burden yourself unnecessarily. A craftsman who wants to do good work must first sharpen their tools. A superior person always thinks about virtues, while an ordinary person only thinks about comfort. Do not worry about whether others understand you, but worry about whether you understand others. Do not desire quick results or search for small gains. If you want instant results, you will not reach your ultimate goal. If you are distracted by small gains, you will never accomplish great things. Everything in the world has beauty, but not everyone sees it. Acknowledge your mistakes, learn from them, and then move forward. To organize the world, we must first organize the nation. To organize the nation, we must first organize the family. To organize the family, we must first manage our personal lives. And for this, we must first correct our hearts. If your plan is for 1 year, plant rice. If it's for 10 years, plant trees. If it's for 100 years, educate children. Happiness is not a destination, but a journey. The one who asks a question is a fool for a moment, but the one who doesn't ask remains a fool for life. A person without a long-term plan will find troubles knocking at their door. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. Hating is easy. Loving is hard. That's the plan of life. All good things are difficult to achieve, and bad things are easy to get. Life's expectations depend on diligence. A mechanic must first sharpen their tools before they can excel in their work. An angry person is filled with poison. A great person speaks less, but does more. Teachers open the door, but you must enter it yourself. Don't answer a person whose questions are ill-intentioned, and don't ask questions to someone whose answers are harmful. True knowledge is understanding the limits of your ignorance. When young, avoid conflict. When strong, avoid lust. And when old, avoid wealth. God cannot help those who do not seize opportunities. We gain wisdom in 3 ways: through reflection, which is the noblest, through imitation, which is the easiest, and through experience, which is the most painful. In all circumstances, practicing 5 things forms the right virtues, and these are gravity, generosity of spirit, righteous purpose, seriousness, and compassion. Those who do not study are merely animals wrapped in human clothing. When people are educated, the divisions between classes disappear. Knowledge without practice is useless, and practice without knowledge is dangerous. Those who fail to prepare are preparing to fail. The orchid in the deep forest spreads its fragrance, even if no one is there to appreciate it. Honesty and truth form the foundation for high morality. Music creates a joy without which human nature cannot survive. No one has ever been vile and virtuous at the same time. Yin and yang, male and female, strong and weak, harsh and gentle, heaven and earth, light and darkness, thunder and lightning, cold and hot. Good and bad, these opposites shape the creation of the world. You will not know the sharpness of the sword until it is drawn from the sheath. Do not impose on others what you yourself do not like. A great person is strict with themselves, while a small-minded person is harsh with others. The one who says, "I can," and the one who says, "I cannot," are both right. Happiness lies not at the mountaintop, but in the journey to reach it. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a person perfected without trials. Don't let your past define your destiny. When you look into your heart and find no fault, then what is there to worry or fear about? Do not do to others what you do not want for yourself. Everyone eats and drinks, but only a few understand the taste of food. In life, there is only one thing that never changes, and that is change. Of course, you want to be rich and famous. It's natural. Wealth and fame are everyone's desires, but the question is, what are you willing to sacrifice for it? Knowing the right thing to do and still not doing it is the greatest cowardice. If you chase rabbits, you won't catch either. It doesn't matter how slowly you go as long as you don't stop. Let reason, not the senses, guide your actions. Reason teaches us to think wisely, speak cautiously, and act respectfully. Seeing or hearing evil is the beginning of evil. With patience, one can overcome the greatest difficulties. A superior person is troubled by the limits of their own ability, not by the fact that others do not recognize their ability. Instead of cursing the darkness, it's better to light a small lamp. Solve one difficulty, and you will keep hundreds of problems at bay. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. Happiness isn't about getting what you want. It's about wanting what you have. First, there must be order and balance in your own mind. I hear and forget. I see and remember. I do and understand. When I am with others, they are my teachers. I can emulate their good qualities and learn to avoid their flaws. The person who does good for others ensures their own well-being. Silence is a true friend that never reveals secrets. Enduring injustice is nothing, as long as you do not remember it. When an archer misses their target, they don't blame the goal. They pause, improve themselves, and shoot again. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Death and life are predetermined. Wealth and respect depend on God. Those who learn but do not think are lost. Those who think but do not learn are in great danger. A virtuous person will be ashamed when their actions do not match their words. Humility is the strong foundation of all virtues. The desire to win, the will to succeed, and the urge to reach your full potential are the keys to personal excellence. Roads are made for journeys, not for destinations. When the steps of your own door are dirty, stop looking at the dirt on your neighbor's roof. Rotten wood cannot be carved. Those who cannot forgive others destroy the bridge they themselves need to cross. Knowing what's right and not doing it is the greatest cowardice. A superior person is calm and composed, while a small person is constantly worried and disturbed. A virtuous person highlights the goodness in others, while a petty person focuses on their faults. A superior person loves their soul, while an inferior person loves their possessions. If you want to change the world, first change your heart. A superior person has three qualities. They are virtuous and free from worry, wise and free from confusion, and courageous and free from fear. The one who wants to move mountains must start by removing small stones. We are so busy with immediate tasks that we often overlook the long-term ones. People often feel that they never have time for important tasks. A person is not great because they haven't faced failure, but because failure couldn't stop them. The more a person reflects on good thoughts, the better and broader their world will be. When you should speak to someone and you don't, you lose them. When you shouldn't speak to someone and you do, you waste your energy. Wise people neither lose people nor waste their energy. The one who conquers themselves is the mightiest warrior. In an unjust society, being rich and honored is disgraceful. When a wise person points at the moon, a fool only looks at the finger. A person who makes a mistake and doesn't correct it is making another mistake. If I impart 1/4 of knowledge to a student, I expect them to acquire the other 3/4 themselves. Otherwise, I don't consider them a student. Never do to others what you don't want them to do to you. Love others as you love yourself. Do justice to others as you do to yourself. When you want for others what you want for yourself, and protect them as you protect yourself, then it can be called true love. If you want to build an excellent future, study the past. Every journey starts with a single step. Success depends on preparation, and without preparation, failure is certain. The person who has all the answers hasn't been asked all the questions yet. Strike at the evil within yourself rather than attacking the flaws in others. Those who are wise search within themselves. A father who does not teach his son his duties is as guilty as the son who ignores them. A single joy can dispel 100 worries. Act with kindness, but do not expect thanks. One should fear an oppressive government more than a lion. I complained that I had no shoes until I saw a man who had no feet. Without virtue, true happiness cannot be enjoyed. You judge yourself based on what you do, while others judge you based on what they see. You judge yourself based on what you can achieve, while others judge you based on what you have achieved. Intelligence, compassion, and courage are 3 universally recognized moral qualities in a person. When you see a good person, follow their example. When you see a bad person, examine your own flaws. Good people continuously strengthen themselves. An ideal person remains steadfast in adversity, while a small-minded person sinks in it. A virtuous person has 9 concerns. They try to see clearly, listen carefully, are kind in their emotions, respectful in their behavior, truthful in their words, diligent in their actions. Ask for information when in doubt. Focus on results when angry, and think whether they are right when benefits arise.